Hello and welcome back to another Boro Collects video, and I have something incredibly exciting to share with you today. That is an unboxing of the brand new Mattel WWE Superstars Series 13. We have Viva la Raza! Eddie Guerrero. Well, it's actually Eddie based on his WCW look, LWO, as you can see. Very excited about that. We have Ricky, the Dragon Steamboat. Super excited about him. He does come with a kind of dragon, which is pretty damn awesome. And we finally, my favourite of the set, even though I haven't even opened him yet, but he's one of my all-time favourites. It is Jake the Snake Roberts. Hey, as you can see there, you can see Damien, you can see his snake. Looking damn good. Very excited. I do also have, I won't be unboxing this, but I'll share it with you. I do also have the Chase variant. As you can see, he's wearing the white trousers, white tights. Got this. I'm going to be keeping this mint on card, because I actually don't have any of the other Chases, and I'm planning on collecting all the Chases mint. So I'll be keeping that one mint, so we won't be unboxing that one. But we, as you can see, we have those three figures to crack into today. They've literally just arrived at the wrestling shop. Managed to get this pretty much ASAP for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into that unboxing. So we finally have Superstars Series 13 in hand. These just arrived in America about a month or so ago, but they finally hit the UK wrestling shop, got them in very, very quickly actually. So I've been really excited for this set, particularly for Jake the Snake, as he's one of my faves. As you saw, I have the Chase version, but I'm not going to open that one just because basically the only difference between the Chase and the regular is the colour of the tights. As you saw, he's got the white tights on. So I think firstly, we're going to start with, we'll save Jake for last. Let's move these two off to the side. Let's start us with Eddie Guerrero in that LWO gear. Let's take a look at the packaging here. I'm loving it. So this is the European carding, as you can see. So if you're used to these Superstars figures, it doesn't have the sort of splash bubble that's usually here, which usually says like has fabric gear sort of thing. And then the other major difference is because of all the extra languages and things, we don't get like the sort of catchphrases and things like that. But Eddie Guerrero didn't really have, at this point at least, that many. So certain wrestlers it doesn't really distract, but you still get the lovely piece of artwork, which is obviously also on the front in colour. I think the packaging's still really nice, even on the European carding. But let's let him breathe, you know. Let's not waste any time. Any time at all. We'll just rip and clean off the card. Get him out. There he is. Look at this. Fantastic. I think he's looking great. I think he's looking lovely. I'm loving the LWO shirt. This sort of, just the work on top. We've got that, the parcel that contains all of the extra hands and anything extra. But I have figured out now, after all this time of collecting these Superstars, a relatively easy way of getting them out of the packaging without the twist ties is you just slide the arms out first, and then believe it or not, they have. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I was making out that I was some sort of genius, but they've actually made it a lot harder now because they've hooked it around the boot. But I should be able to force it out. I think. Hey, there we go. I forced it out before you know it. There you go. You know, sometimes you just gotta force it out. There we are. Wow. So here is, let's just get rid of this. Let's just get rid of the packaging. So we have a nice clean shot for you of Eddie Guerrero. Loving the gear. This is this classic WCW gear. Lucha World Order. Obviously they brought that back actually in the last couple of years in WWE. Interestingly, it's actually a Velcro on the back here. A lot of these sort of shirts and things have been actually, there's been nothing on the back, like no Velcro, and it's because you can pop the arms off of the figures.
but in this instance not. Now, I will actually take the shirt off. I think, weirdly enough, it's going to be a rare example where I probably display him without the goods, because I like him. This is very much classic Eddie, isn't it, in that singlet. And, I mean, it looks great. I think they've got the... Let's get that likeness in. I think they got the likeness spot on. It looks exactly how he looked in those sort of the late 90s in WCW, also early sort of 2000s run of Eddie, before he really hits his sort of like peak in 2004 when he wins the WWE title. But overall, I mean, they've nailed it for him. I think he's of the sort of the three, he's the least exciting to me, but he does pair very well with the Rey Mysterio from Series 11, because I believe they wrestled actually each other in that gear. They had a lot of obviously classic cruiserweight matches. Good thing I brought my knife with me for this, because these parcels that contain the hands and stuff are a bit of a nightmare. Sorry about that. I'll just clip to the camera. Like I said, I like to keep the unboxings on this channel relatively unedited, because, I don't know, it makes it a little bit more casual. As for extra hands and stuff, as far as I was aware, I didn't think he came with anything particularly dramatic. So we have 2 fists, lovely stuff, as you'd expect. And then you've also got the 2 sort of open palm hands, which are quite nice. I think they look good. I think that'll be great. Weirdly enough, I'm not really sure how I'm going to pose him. What I'm going to do, though, in order to speed it up, I'm not going to go through posing right now. I will do a number of posed shots with them that I'll put at the end of the video, a bit similar to my Storm Collectibles video. So, that's Eddie. Overall, very happy with Eddie. I think the soft goods shirt is nice, but I think I'm going to pose him without the LWO shirt, because I just like the singlet look. I think it looks good. Like, overall, impressed, but I think he's the weakest probably of the set, just on he doesn't have as many things that he comes with. Whereas, let's get on to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. There he is. You have the lovely artwork there on the back, looking good, showing the thing, but let's let him breathe. Let's get him out of there. Let's get him out. Crack him out. There we go. So, get rid of this packaging. Oh, wow. Because he's got the full sort of karate gi on. Loving the RS there. Classic. He's also got the bandana. He's got a big thing in the back. I don't know whether you guys know what's in the back there, but I do. This was so cool, because when they showed off this figure initially, it was a sort of unpainted prototype, and I was thinking, oh well, it's Ricky Steamboat. He's not going to come with like anything particularly crazy. And then they were like, oh no, actually, wait a minute, let's give him something a bit out there. Right, let me see if I can just pop him out without. There we go. That's good. And then the real test is where they've put the twist ties on this leg. They really have. There we go. If you can get, once you get one leg out, it's kind of alright. You really have to fight. There we go. The twist tie is not as strong. Oh, I actually got both twist ties out there. Funny how that works. Lovely. Okie dokie. So we have, let me just rejig him a bit. There he is. Ricky the Dragon. I'm loving it. I think he looks absolutely phenomenal. Got that classic, once again, the head sculpt is brilliant. I mean, that looks exactly like Ricky Steamboat from the sort of late 80s. Sort of actually, weirdly enough, around the time, I think this is why they put Jake and Ricky in the same set, from when they feuded. And obviously, Jake the Snake DDTs him on the outside, actually injured Ricky in the process. Nice detail here I've noticed on the boots. The dragon on the boots, which is quite nice. All the way round, looking good. And presumably, I think he's just topless, isn't he? As far as I'm aware. Interesting that the gi is just secured by like a sort of almost like a just a piece of elastic of sorts. But yeah, he's just got the tights. They're just those red tights, aren't they? Those classic red tights that you wore, which is all good. And he's got the armband, and he does have the headband. But that is removable. You can remove it. I'm not going to remove it, but it is removable. The headband. Overall, very impressed. He's looking good. Once again, a classic kind of guy to add to this line. I am hoping that we do get more, because the funny thing is that after this set, we actually have no knowledge of who is coming to, what is it, this line, if the line's even continuing. My hope is it is, because I absolutely love it. I think it's one of my, there's a reason. I have a number of collections, number of action figure collections, but this is actually one of my favourites that I collect. It's fantastic. And here's the big thing. Oh wow, this is incredible. The Komodo dragon with the little headband around the snout. That is awesome. So yeah, he comes with the Komodo dragon, so you can have him holding that. I like the scales on it. I think that looks quite cool. It's actually like an indentation on that. That's quite cool. I don't think that's where it's. I think that's actually that's him. That's purposeful. I was thinking that's not where it hasn't been damaged. No, that's part of the molding. Quite clearly, it's not sharp or anything. That's all been actually molded on. That looks great. That looks fantastic. When they showed that off, that really elevated. Let me have him just sitting there with was it Ricky rather? And then he also comes with 2 fists and 2 hands. Lovely stuff. The open hands. So you could probably use these, and you can have him holding. Oh, like I said, I'm gonna do posing at the end for you. Overall, though, really, really happy. That Komodo dragon. If it was just that, just Ricky as is with the hands, it'd be like that's a solid like 7 out of 10 figure, 8 out of 10 figure. This elevates it, giving him. I don't think he's ever come with the actual Komodo dragon, which is super cool. I think it just elevates the figure. I think it's a fantastic accessory and just added value, isn't it? So yeah, with that, I'm pretty damn happy with Ricky. But now we got to get the main event, ladies and gentlemen. The main event, which is one of my favourites, Jake the Snake Roberts. So I'm just dealing with a little bit of packaging there. He's looking phenomenal, looking fantastic. You know, got the back, got that lovely illustration on the back. I'm glad he was the chase. I think it was a good idea. I mean, they understand that Jake is a fan favourite, and for good reason. And this is the him coming with Damien. That's the thing you want. If he didn't have Damien, we'd be having words. We'd be having words with Mattel. I mean, the Hasbro came with Damien. You can't really have a figure of Jake the Snake Roberts without the snake. It kind of defeats the point, doesn't it? Right, so he's got all of there. Was it the added hands and stuff? Let's move that away. Jesus, look at how long the snake is. He is looking phenomenal. Interestingly, that arm isn't actually secured. I guess just because of the snake. So if we crack him open, this actually might be a bit more. Oh, his head has actually popped off. That's fine though. We can pop that right back on once we let me just pop Jake's head off. Didn't think I was going to be saying that this morning. Let me tell you. Right, let me get his arm free. Like I said, you get used to these sort of things. And then let's get, if we can get the snake free, I guess that would probably make things a little easier. It's a sort of a rubbery material, which I think is probably a good idea, but it's like a molded. Is he actually restrained? Oh, he is restrained. Oh, that twist tie is restraining him. Oh, I see. Can we pull it free at all, or is this actually going to cause a problem? There you go. I've just pigged it off. There you go. Well, there's look at little Damien. Well, I say little, quite large actually. And then the headless Jake the Snake. Pop them free. Excellent stuff. Lovely. Let me just adjust Jake a bit. Let's actually get that head. Let's pop that head back on, as you can see. Once it's popped on, I think that's on. Yep, that is firmly on. So let's just take a look at Jake. So some of the detailing here. Once again, head sculpt. That looks perfect. That is Jake the Snake Roberts through and through. I think this is actually the first time on a Mattel figure where they've done Jake, because they haven't done Jake in a while, because for a while he wasn't under a Legends deal, I think because he was working with AEW or something, or that might be the reason. This t-shirt, this classic Jake the Snake t-shirt, has never actually been on a figure, which is quite cool. He's got those classic green and purple tights with Damien on it, the snake. Then I'm loving the lovely snake skin boots. I won't be taking the top off because he's good. Then obviously all your standard, your standard articulation. Let's stand him up. Get him standing. And then let us drape Damien. So my guess is you're kind of meant to have him hold it, aren't you? You're meant to, is it kind of, I've kind of forgot how he had him held in the actual packaging. Because he had Damien relatively well held, didn't he? You can have him. I mean, there's just so much of Damien, and you can have it like that. As you can see, he does just sort of slot over, which is quite nice. Looking good. Damien's looking good. All as well. Very happy with that. Then let's see what other bits and pieces he comes with. I'm guessing, I'm just a crazy guess here, guys, that it's going to be some fists and some open hands. They all have that. They all come with that sort of. I mean, it's not quite a C grip, but it's a bit of a classic of the Superstars line. This sort of open palm hand with the slot for like almost like holding like a steel chair or something like that. Even though no wrestler in this line has come with like a steel chair as an accessory, because I guess none of them needed it. I'm making an absolute meal of this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no! No, I was wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I was slightly wrong. He actually comes with a bit extra, which is surprising considering how many. Obviously, he's coming with the massive. He's coming with Damien as well. So we do have our fist hands, which is all good. So it comes with the fists. We do have our, if I can pick them up, open palms. Lovely. Open palm hands. But then he also comes, which I'm always happy when this comes because it already helps posability. He has the pointing hands, which is good because you can definitely use that with Damien. So overall, just on an initial like unboxing, I couldn't really be happy with those three. With those three characters, I can't see them executing them any better. I can't really think of anything that they could have added to execute, particularly that era of the wrestler. Maybe if we're talking about Eddie, because I would say Eddie's the weakest of the bunch. Not that it's bad. He obviously comes with the t-shirt. Maybe give him a WCW title. Maybe the WCW Cruiserweight title. Or something like that. That would elevate it. I mean, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall came with the WCW Tag Team titles. So I'm thinking, what would help this figure hit that next sort of echelon? I think that could have helped the Eddie. But overall, I'm still very, very happy with him. The standout of the set, to the surprise of no one, is Jake the Snake. So loving that. Without further ado, though, we're going to get into the little pose section and a quick wrap up of this unboxing.
Overall thoughts on the series as a whole. Eddie Guerrero's really great. Love the figure. I think it's a great likeness. Just wish he had like the Cruiserweight title, as I mentioned before, or something to just bring that figure up to the next level. But it's under sort of harsh competition here with Ricky Steamboat and Jake the Snake being in the same line, who are just fantastic. Ricky Steamboat, the more I messed around with him and posed him, he really just became an even better figure than I initially thought. Once I put him in that martial arts pose, it really sort of elevated him and brings out why action figures are so great, how you compose them and stuff. Really makes them a little mini work of art. So absolutely love that. And then on to the main event, really. It's Jake the Snake. He's fantastic. Love all the hands that he comes with, and the fact that you can actually balance him quite well with Damien. Even though it's rubber and you'd expect it to be really heavy and maybe unbalance him, it really doesn't. Overall fantastic. Hopefully this isn't where the line ends, because I love them and I think there's a lot more guys and girls you could do. Thanks for watching. This has been Boro Collects. As always, do remember to keep collecting, and I'll see you next time.